Are you on the fence about House of the Dragon? Are you worried that the last seasons of Game of Thrones is an indication of how House of the Dragon will play out? Have you heard the skepticism from other YouTubers? Have you built up anticipation for other shows and they just let you down and didn't live up to the hype? If any of that applies to you, trust me when I say you are not alone. While I've been mostly optimistic about this series, deep down, I confess that I've had my hesitations as well. Not every criticism is invalid, and what we initially hoped for as far as a quality TV series adaptation could at some point change our minds. But that time is not now, and the latest behind the scenes trailer has reminded me of something that I felt when I first heard about this series. And that is, oh my god, they are going to visually present to us the Dance of the Dragons. We're going to see the live action version of the Targaryen Civil War. Just from the potential visuals of this premise, how are you not at least a little excited? And then, the bread and butter of these stories that George R.R. Martin has provided us will be ever present as well. And that's a concern for so many, and myself included, and that is, what if the dialogue is not present? What if the political drama that is truly the soul of what makes A Song of Ice and Fire and then Game of Thrones is not present? Here's the thing, execution will be everything, but if you're expecting just a dragon fire-induced war epic, you'd be signing up for the wrong things. George R.R. Martin is an addict for subtlety, and George R.R. Martin has told us time and time again how confident he is in Ryan Condal's understanding of the source material. Plus, George makes it known that he admires Condal as a writer. Also on the list of compliments from George is co-showrunner Miguel Sapochnik, and I think he's potentially the most underrated part of this entire production. Battle of the Bastards visually was phenomenal, regardless of narrative choices, and he was the director of that episode. But in the next episode that he also directed, the Winds of Winter episode executed Cersei's plot to blow up the Sept of Baelor and one of the better executed scenes in the final few seasons. If you combine that with what we've learned and heard from cast interviews about how this is going to be somehow more grounded than Game of Thrones, now just listen to what Steve Toussaint says here.
Ultimately, the core of both of these shows is the pursuit of power. I think the difference with this show is that it's slightly more intimate. Politics and politicking play a greater role, I think, in this.
Make no mistake, if you look at some of these sets in this behind-the-scenes trailer, you definitely should expect some of the most phenomenal visuals you've ever seen on television, at least since Game of Thrones. This story reshaped the Targaryens in Westeros and ultimately took away their greatest strength to hold on to the Iron Throne in the future, which is the dying of the dragons. The dance really helped shape this world we all came to love in A Song of Ice and Fire, and then eventually in Game of Thrones. And the events that actually took place are not ever told from what could be deemed reliable sources. The way point of view characters are treated by George R.R. Martin is no different in how the Maesters are treated as well, where no two people have the same recollection of events. So if you've read everything there is about the Dance of the Dragons, there's no way of knowing for sure that the version you believe is accurate. House of the Dragon will present these events in an undisputed way that will finally provide us with a definitive version of this story that I hope will go down as one of the best sequel/prequel series in recent memory. My hope is that we get all the things we loved about Game of Thrones and avoid all the things that we didn't. And until this series has concluded, or in a worst case scenario is cancelled, nobody can say that it failed to deliver a great experience to audiences. So buckle up and get ready, because I think you're going to have a blast with some of the most epic battles in Westeros' history, and be pleasantly surprised by how emotionally compelling this show can actually be. If you're unfamiliar with the source material, there are some real gut punches that rival the most emotional moments from Game of Thrones. For my sake, and yours, if you choose to watch this series, I hope it delivers for us all. It's very real, and it's only a month away. The Dance of the Dragons will unfold before our eyes, and I can't wait. Hey guys, thank you for checking out the video. Now, a video like this could totally faceplant here in a couple months if this show fails, and I'm more than willing to be wrong. And if I am wrong, you can look forward to me making videos about how wrong I was in the future. If you like this video, make sure you leave it a like, and if you want to see future content like this, or me, coming out and conceding that I didn't know what I was talking about, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on future content. Thank you so much for watching.